The other thing that I touched on just a moment ago is solve problems. Solve problems. Don't prevent problems. Products, services, or information that prevent problems are harder to sell than those that solve problems. Much harder. I gave you the example of the security alarm. It's an easy sale after you've been robbed. Anybody ever had their car stolen or home broken into? Okay. Terrible. No, it's a terrible feel. About 8 years ago, it was New Year's Day, and I walked out to get in my car, and my car was gone. And, I said to myself, well, geez, because it's New Year's Day, I said, where'd I park my car? And I started wondering to myself, where's my car? And I'm walking, and I've got a long T-shirt on, I've got my underwear on, the neighbors are looking out the window going, what's going on here? And I'm running around going, let's see where, it's like you lost your keys, but it's bigger. You're looking around, where's my car? Where's my car? And I can't find my car, and I realized it was stolen. And up to that point, now to this day, I'm so conscious about locking my car. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And the funny story of this happened, we used to live in Charlotte, North Carolina. And this happened in Charlotte. And, I had 30 days to get my car back, or for them to find it, before the insurance would pay off. So on the 28th day at 4:30 in the morning, Saturday morning, I get a call from a police officer who's getting off of work at 7. He just decided to call me at 4:30 in the morning. He says, hey, we found your car. And I'm like, oh, what great news. I can just imagine. And then he tells me, it's 4:30 in the morning, he's told me they found the car. And he tells me, he says, well, we found the car, but the guys that stole it, really kind of trashed it. And I'm like, oh, what a surprise. These guys had been four-wheeling in the car, and how they caught them is these guys were going through a field, so the suspension was totally wiped out in the car. And they pull these guys over. These guys were renting my car out on a daily basis. And it really upset me because I get in the back seat of the car, and we used to go to a lot of Charlotte Hornets games because it was the inaugural season. It was a lot of fun. And I get in the back of the car, and they had those, if you've ever been to an NBA game, they have those, big gulp beers, the 94-ounce, you drink one, and, it lasts you the halftime. They had two of these giant beer glasses in the back of my car, and the car smelled like beer, and they'd gone to the same game that I'd gone to. So their ticket stubs are in, but for 28 days, I'm driving around looking for, when your car gets stolen, you're really looking for it. You're driving around the street, is that my car? You turn around, that's my car right there. And I couldn't find it. And these guys actually went to the same basketball game. But the point is that after that, I was so conscious of the problem that it was really important to me. And now it's very, very important to me to make sure my car is locked no matter where I am. And it's got an alarm that'll just go crazy. And every one of you that have gone through the experience of being robbed or having your car stolen, security is now very important to you. Those that haven't been through it, it's not that important to them. Really isn't. And so solving that common problem that people have is the easiest thing to do when you know that they don't have any other solution to that problem and they're looking for it. It comes back to selling what people want to buy. And I talked about the hair shampoos that make you grow hair. And there's another one called Nioxin or something that's sold through beauty salons, and that's also a very high margin product. But you look, if you want to turn on the television and get another example, how many infomercials are there for hair transplants? How many print ads? How many newspaper ads? You can't pick up a newspaper across the country and not see an ad for hair transplants. Any major city, you're going to see an ad for hair transplants. You're going to turn on the TV and see people getting infomercials for hair transplants. It's a high margin product. Cosmetic surgery, another one. If I were a doctor today, the heck with work in the hospital or anything, I'd be doing plastic surgery. Okay, we'll take care of that. High margin. Why? People want to buy the product. They don't care about the cost. The cost now becomes irrelevant. They just want a solution. As long as you can show them a value and that they're going to get what they pay for, the cost now becomes a non-issue. You know, when you sell commodity products, the margins, as far as profit is concerned, are much lower. Why? They're commodities. Anybody can get them. I mean, Frank Perdue was one of the few geniuses that's alive in America today when it comes to marketing. This guy figured out that if I feed my chickens a certain type of feed, they'll be a different color, which is more appetizing to someone going through the grocery store buying chicken. I mean, do you want to buy a white, ugly chicken, or do you want to buy one that looks like Frank Perdue's? It's all presentation. He just fed his chickens a different type of feed. He sold you what you wanted to buy. He separated from the normal commodities because the packaging and the look of the product was much better. That's why he charges more money. You think he makes more margin than the other chicken manufacturers? Absolutely. Absolutely. But the margin is the key, along with solving the problem.